Welcome back to the Smallest Cog and to a new video format that we're trying out. There's a YouTuber on their way here as we speak, bringing a car of their own, and we're going to get it up on the ramp, give it a cog once over, and end up giving it a cog score. While all that's happening, we'll send the YouTuber upstairs to the new DRIVETRIBE room to have a chat with Richard Hammond. Sounds good, right? Our first guest should be here any minute. Our first guest is Mat Armstrong, and for those of you who aren't familiar with him, he runs a YouTube channel almost exclusively covering the resurrection of crash-damaged performance cars. He gets them super cheap from crash auctions and then sets about rescuing and modifying them to become street-worthy once more. And out of his collection, he's brought his E46 M3. Matt, thanks for bringing the car down to the cog.
Thank you, it's a pleasure to be here.
Good, well I've explained the whole deal to you before, but I'll explain it more. Yeah. Basically, gonna get the car up on the ramp, have a look around, and we're gonna give you a cog score. It's gonna be out of 50.
I'm dreading it.
How do you think it's gonna bear against that?
If I get above 30, I will be happy. But it's one of those things, when you do the work yourself, you know the imperfections here, there and everywhere. Absolutely. It's whether the guys can pick out the imperfections and whether they can find them, because I know where little things are. It's just it's just whether they're that noticeable. Okay, well, hand over the keys, and Richard is waiting up there for you to have a quick chat. The keys are in the car.
Okay, off you go. Anthony, I don't know about you, I love these.
I'm not going to lie, BMWs is one of my favourite BMWs you can get.
Proper future classic. So what we're going to do today, 5 categories: bodywork, mechanicals, interior, sound, and coolness. Just straight up cool factor.
You know where I'm going to come with the coolness.
Matt, welcome to our studio here. Beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah. It's a pleasure to be here.
Have you got a studio?
No, not quite.
It's pretty high stuff. Are you mad?
Am I mad?
Yeah.
I think I have to be a little bit mad.
You seem to specialise in doing that nobody else wants to do.
Yeah, I think there is a reason behind that though. I feel if I bought a car which was an absolute brand spanker, I would only make it worse. Buying a car which is sort of being scraped from the gutter, I don't think you can make it worse.
Well, actually, you raise a good point, because that's where you stray into modifying. And in my other motoring life, on shows that I do, in our experience, any modifying makes it work. It's a bit, have you been? So there's motorcycle track days, whereby everybody takes their latest sports bike along. There's usually on hand a suspension expert who's there to restore everybody's bikes to factory settings. The fact is, Mr. Honda knows more about setting up a race bike than you do, Derek, in the workshop.
Yeah, I've found that being an issue. I mean, everything you normally touch which is modified, or anything I do modify, normally goes wrong, and that's normally what I get the earache from Hannah, my missus, from saying, oh, don't touch this car because it will go wrong if you do. But I just want to know people, like, if there's a remote on the side of the sofa, I'm taking it apart to do something.
I was going to ask that, if I left you alone in a room, there's just you, and in the middle of it is anything, you're going to dismantle.
I can't, I can't not fiddle with it. I mean, even myself, I've tattoos and that sort of stuff.
I mean, you've modified yourself.
Yeah, I've modified myself. I think there's something maybe wrong with me that I can't not touch things or...
If I left you on your own in a room with an old-fashioned manual typewriter, which you're too young to even remember, but it has a lot of moving parts on it.
I can imagine.
I would come in and find it.
Yeah, on air suspension and the full lot.
Okay. Well, let's start with talking about your BM that you brought along today. It's down there. The guys are looking at it. That's why I asked if you're mad. It's been a track day car. That has not had an easy life.
So that was a sort of like a track experience car. Since I think the last time it was actually on the road was 2007, and then from 2007 to when I bought it last year in 2021, it's just been abused on the track its whole life. Used to just take customers out for track spins and things like that, so you can imagine the life it's had.
Shall we start with bodywork?
Let's do bodywork. Where do you want to start?
On this. Well, Let's start at the rear.
Colour difference, yeah. So it's obviously had a bit of work in the past, this one. So, and like things that really bug me is like stuff like this and like, see the chips?
Is that just sun damage?
Yeah, that's just sun damage and like salt and stuff. But this sort of stuff really bugs it. But like,
let's also be plain here. This used to be a track car, and it hasn't been painted since, so it will be back.
So she'll have scars.
But I think that's really cool. We'll get to the coolness bit.
Yeah.
I think that makes it really cool. But let's just treat it as it is.
Yeah. That's obviously track day again.
So is that just
stones, just
pebbles and
pebbles and just stones we chucked up on the track.
PPF on that bit there.
You can see where someone's painted it there. Look, you see the paint line?
Oh yeah.
Do you see the paint line and where it's?
And lots of swirls, but I can't talk. All of my cars have swirls. What about this colour though? Laguna Seca
to be honest,
blue.
this is a rare colour. This is very rare. And to be honest, they're all silver normally.
Yeah.
And this is what I like about this one.
That like CSL.
They're all CSL silvers.
Yeah.
And this, to me, that's a bit boring. Oh, see, this is where the track damage comes in again. Let's see the rust coming in.
Oh yeah.
I think that's rubber on there as well.
What a car though. That bulge is
so iconic to this M3.
If you were told that a car had been on a track day experience,
you'd expect it to look a lot worse than
exactly.
this.
I think it's actually
to be fair, for a track day car, good old chip.
Wow, again, only one chip on a track day experience.
This is the only problem with stuff when you get older, like the corrosion, alley corrosion. It's just.
I guess the one thing, the colour is great, but it will also show
it. That's the problem. If you get like silvers or a light white or something like that, you won't see much, but because it's darker colour, it shows up everything.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it's not bad. He's gone big with brakes.
Well, also, look at the branding on the brakes.
That's what I couldn't work out. AMG.
AMG. He's put. I'm guessing they both have the same spec of brakes.
They've got, yeah, they must have.
And he's decided, I think he's trolling here.
Yeah.
But he's decided to put the AMG calipers on. What a man. So that's bodywork. We'll come up with a score at the end of all this.
Yeah.
Let's move on to mechanicals.
I reckon we should go mechanicals now.
Okay, let's get her up. I hope you're enjoying this new video format, and it wouldn't have been possible without today's sponsor, Car Vertical. Car Vertical compiles information and data from all over the world, from MOT centres, insurance companies, that kind of thing, to compile a comprehensive report on a car's history, so you know whether it's been in an accident, ever been stolen, has outstanding finance on it, or if there's anything weird going on with the mileage. Here's an example of a similar M3 to Matt's, this one being a 4-door. Let's have a look at the report. Looking at this report, we've got green ticks for mileage, theft and finance, so that's all good, but there is an amber warning in the accident department. If you then scroll to the damage section of the report, you can see that the car has been written off on 2 occasions in his lifetime, once in 2017 and again in 2019. The photo section shows the car has damage all round, with the brunt of the shunt happening at the front end. I think this car would get a -3 out of 10 for bodywork in its COG score. Car Vertical is a great tool for checking out a car's history and to make sure that you do not buy a dud. So if you're in the second-hand car market, like Matt and I are in fairly frequently, use our link in the description below to get an exclusive 10% off when you use Car Vertical. By clicking the link below, you'll also help support the channel making videos like this. So a massive thank you to you guys for watching, and a massive thank you to Car Vertical for sponsoring today's video.
So, I mean, this does get you into trouble. The whole modifying thing, changing things, does get grief, including from a colleague of mine, I gather.
Yes, so James has seen my Maserati.
This is James May.
Yeah,
the old dog. That
James May. I could understand why he might not understand what exactly I've done to the Maserati. Some people appreciate it, most people don't. But it's a head turner.
He described you, I believe, as a knob.
Yeah, that's correct.
Seriously, Matt, you, sir, are a knob.
I think it started off quite nice. He said that he liked the colour. I kept the original colour. It was like it's a burgundy type of colour.
I have seen this car.
Yeah, so
it's quite vivid.
Kept the colour, kept the cream interior, but so it's nice and original. And then cut the arches out and made it wider.
It's quite vivid, to be honest. So, is there a car that is unmodifiable?
There's not a car that I've owned that I've not modified.
Have you always fiddled and faffed with everything you've ever owned? Have you never just looked at
Yes.
thought, right, I've got a 1962 E-Type Roadster. What would you do?
It's going to get modified.
That is a provocative.
There will be something
We're
in there.
in a small space. I've got my glasses, which could be a deadly weapon. What would you do to my E-Type?
It's one of them. I don't plan to do stuff. I find things and thought, that would be so much better if it had this and then that.
Wait, you don't just do that. I mean, if I left my E-Type sitting around, you wouldn't modify it. You'd have to own it.
Yeah, I would have.
What would you do to an E-Type? Series 1 Roadster.
Oh my God.
1962.
So
Absolutely
I can imagine the suspension being boaty. So
It's not bad. It's not a heavy car, so it hasn't got a lot to cope with.
well, yeah. So and then the wheels. I know they've got quite thick tyres on.
Oh
so
my God! You'd put it on 22-inch wheels. You would not.
And then also, I was explaining. Well, I explained to a lot of people. Everyone destroys me because I wrap the cars. Normally, I mean, the E46 is the. But I can't look after paint. I just can't look. I'm terrible for cleaning cars, and I'll buy a car which has immaculate paint. After 3 washes, I notice it becoming terrible. So, put a wrap over it, and the job's done. A bit of snow foam, bit of quick detailer, and I can look after it then.
I don't even like hearing these words said. It's blasphemous. You come in here saying these things. It's bloody expensive oven down there that I sold off my cars to buy. And you're saying I need to buy some plastic covered in cling film.
It covers it, ready for the next owner, unless you peel it off and the paint comes with it.
Or you've made it so ridiculous, there won't be a next owner.
Yeah, that's
Right, I'm going to name some cars that you wouldn't modify. And if you would, there's something wrong. I'm going to stick with the Jaguar theme, XK120.
No, probably.
Right, Anthony, mechanicals. Looking pretty good up this top end.
Dry. That's
Yes.
a big thing for me. It's
Not a
actually
drip in sight.
there's no drip at all. Considering it's being thrashed on a track, like you can see where Matt's had all the brake calipers made. Look, that's
Yes.
time and money. And full Bilstein suspension as well. That's not cheap. But to be fair, like you can see a little bit of a wire, a little bit of a mod there. Look. Got rid of the
Could that
warning
lead
wire.
to a potential warning light down
It
the
could
way,
do,
or-
yeah. But that's why he hasn't done it, because the different brakes won't fit.
Bit of under tray scuffing, but absolutely nothing to worry about
No,
there.
not at all.
He's got the proper exhaust back to here by the looks of it.
Yeah. All that does, if you get rid of the cats, promise you have all lights on a dash, a nightmare.
Yeah.
If you keep it standard, MOTs are not an issue.
So
Still
cat
usable.
bag exhaust. It's like a Scorpion. It looks
It is a Scorpion, I
bet
think.
that'll sound good later.
I can't wait to start that up.
Okay, still pretty good.
Dry, diff's dry. I wonder if he's ever suffered with the diff issue they have, where they crack the floors.
Yes, the E46 subframe issue, isn't it?
Oh, there
that'll
you
be
go.
up in
Yeah,
there.
yeah, you can see it. He's had the plates, look.
On both sides.
Strengthening plates, yeah.
Well, at least he's had them
He's
done.
had it done. So,
Good.
do you reckon he's got a light on?
That doesn't look...
That shouldn't be there, should it?
No. Bare wires are never good on a car.
Or hanging down in the wheel. No, they're your brake warning lights. That's the same as the front, but that's definitely a light on.
Right, so but when you switch this car on, is there
Possibly
going
to be a brake warning light on.
Right, okay.
Because
Well, I
that
guess
should
we'll
be
see.
up there.
Okay.
the
But as
brake
you
pad.
say, Bilstein suspension all round.
I bet she handles.
Yeah.
Should be elephant car.
Bushings as well. Look like they've all
He's had to
been
be
done.
fully pushed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should be proper. I'm quite impressed.
Absolutely.
For a car that's been on a track, how good it is. I was waiting to see oil bits like missing everywhere, but it's not,
He's properly rescued it.
which is nice.
Okay. Interior.
Interior now, isn't it? That's going to be interesting.
Land Rover Series 1, would you modify it?
Oh no!
Would you leave it alone?
No, I think I would leave. I think I would leave that. It's just like how
Why?
it is. I can't think of anything that I'd want to do with it. I'm doing a Range Rover at the minute, and it's
So I gather.
yeah.
That's not a classic, is it? It's a company.
No, it's not a classic one. I think this is the thing. If I start veering into classic stuff, and then I get my hands on them, and then find something I want to modify,
Somebody's going to.
I'm going to get a lot of
Somebody's
stick.
gonna
Yeah, that's it.
Lamborghini Miura.
Yeah, that's going to be.
carefully.
Lamborghinis are being. They're asking to be modified.
A Miura.
Yeah,
There was a brief glimpse of sanity from you.
No,
When you said the Series 1 Land Rover.
the Land
I
Rover.
thought-
The Land Rover. Yes.
But you'd a
It's gotta
Lamborghini
be.
Miura SV,
I could.
and you would.
Yeah.
What would you do to it?
There's
This
things
is awful.
like.
This is like hearing somebody describe mugging a nun.
Oh, I was so close to buying a Murcielago the other week. I was bidding on it. It was crash damage.
You can be light to that.
And that's it. I was thinking already twin turbos, but the Miura as well. Something that just something that would cause. I like causing controversy with stuff. I like people's opinions and why you shouldn't do stuff. But I like that.
So the Land Rover, you agree?
Yes.
There's a purity of shape and purpose.
Yeah.
Just say yes.
Yes. Okay. Let's say yes to that one. Yeah. I can understand. Yeah. This is why they're built. That's why they're made to do what they are and the design of it. But I also believe in, if you own the car, you enjoy it for yourself. You bought it for yourself, and changing and tweaking little bits for your own enjoyment, I think that's acceptable.
All right, let's go the other way. I've been looking back into the past, looking into the future of cars. So it's changing.
Yeah.
We're going to see some electric cars, hydrogen fuel cell cars, there's different things out there. Will what you do carry on? Is somebody in a hat in 10 years' time going to get hold of a Tesla Model X and say, right, that's not done, I need to make it better?
Yes.
Really?
There's already a chap I've been watching in America who's V8 swapped a Tesla. So
it did make me laugh.
Yes.
Oh, come on.
That's stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, I can imagine. And there's already companies, aftermarket companies, making exhausts for Teslas which make them sound like Lamborghinis or this, that you can change it on the app on your phone. So I imagine it will still be a thing. I can't imagine somebody sitting in a car with the exact same car as somebody else and feeling how you feel when you sit in your own car. It's too...
most people do exactly that.
Yeah, but I can't...
Aren't you?
If you sat...
I'm happy, I'm in my Tesla, they've got a Tesla.
Oh, it's so robotic. If there's 100 cars, 100 Teslas parked in the car park, all white, all in the charging station, you don't know which one's yours because it's exactly the same as the other one.
I guess we'd know which one yours is because you've got a massive exhaust.
That's it, and it's wide.
It's being wrapped in a stupid colour. It's covered in spoilers.
That's exactly it.
But I'm actually encouraged by that because I think there's a worry that with the electric car revolution and things changing and car ownership is changing. People aren't even going to own cars.
That's it.
That this might die out. What you do and what I do.
Yeah.
But I don't think it will. I think it'll polarise out. I think there'll be those for whom... What do you think of kids now living in London and other cities who don't want to own a car? They're happy to just borrow some anonymous plastic box.
I don't think they've experienced it. I don't think they've experienced it. I can't explain it enough why I like a car, why I enjoy a car. People think, oh, because you have a Lamborghini, you don't enjoy the other cars. It doesn't matter whether you have you drive a Lamborghini or a Clio or you get an enjoyment out of different cars, and I don't think people will understand that unless they've owned their first car, which has loads of little niggly things that go wrong with it and loads of little quirks, like the sunroof doesn't open or it's a squeaky door, that sort of stuff. And I don't think people will get that when eventually times move on and all these kids have got Teslas which self-drive here, there and everywhere, and there's barely any issues with them. I think that is the issue. They haven't got that first car experience.
But that's why I think the classic car world, which is anything with an internal combustion engine soon, will perpetuate that and give the opportunity to do that.
That's it.
So I've never modified it. Well, no, that's a lie. I modified my first car, which was a 1979 Toyota Corolla liftback.
Oh, okay.
I modified it by painting a flag on the roof, but also primarily by smearing it down the side of a Volvo estate.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's thoroughly modified.
Not bad.
Thoroughly modified. I modified the hell out of that. I modified a Rimac once as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, I'd have liked to get my hands on that one.
I really modified it. It was totally different. When I finished, you could barely recognise it. Partly because it was upside down and on fire.
Proper interior, this one.
I was going to say, it's a good job you're getting in, not me. Oh, wow.
That's a lovely seat.
Nice.
Now, I don't know if you've seen the videos, this was absolutely wrecked. Think of the amount of people getting in and out of the seat on a track.
So this isn't original?
Absolutely not. This has all been redone.
Oh, I love that. That there is a nice touch.
Yes.
That and the gear stick gator. Oh.
There is the argument against Alcantara steering wheels though, because they are a bit useless. They look great, but that just gets so greasy.
Greasy and wears quite quick, but
much better.
But look-wise,
I'll give it to him.
I reckon he's got that bob on.
He's left his wallet. Do you fancy a tenner?
Yeah, dinner's on Matt.
This is pretty damn good, I won't lie.
That's pretty nice in there, to be fair. Is this the original colour of the interior?
No, on the original videos it was that sort of grey leather.
Ah, so he's changed it.
There's big holes in the seats, so
So that's not original colour.
I think it looks amazing. He's done a cracking job. Money pit.
Money pit.
I like that.
I need one of them for my car.
Bit of a gear shift.
Is there any lights on
Ooh.
the dash? What's that? Oh yeah, because didn't you say he had a
Short shift
Short
there.
shift.
That feels robust, that. And actually, feel that. That's like almost a similar material to the steering wheel.
Yeah.
That's quite lovely. Okay, so next thing after this
We have a
is-
look under the bonnet.
Yes, well, sound. So let's pop
Sound.
the bonnet
Yeah.
and start her up. There she goes.
Let's have a listen to her.
Let's see the straight six.
Oh.
Wow.
See, there is something about when you see that M badge under a bonnet.
I love that it just disappears under the dash.
That's massive,
as well.
isn't it? The old Vanos units and
Now he has had, similar to my M5, he's had all the rod bearings.
He's had that done.
That's the job.
yeah,
to
the
do.
job to do.
Pretty nicely
I'm
detailed
amazed how
there.
detailed. Yeah. I'm actually really surprised by this car. I was waiting for it to be all hanging to pieces.
Yes, I really
There's
well.
nothing-
I've really tapped the engine, but for some reason I think that's just not going to be the case, is it?
Talking to Matt, I don't think that's going to be the case at all.
Okay, let's start up.
Let's have a listen.
That is smooth. It's got some temperature in it, so I'll give it a little.
That is like heaven. Oh,
Go around the back, go around the back.
yeah. I want to listen to that scorpion exhaust. Not gonna lie, Mike. Oh, that is something else, mate.
That is a thing.
something else.
And you must have had, you must have had somebody talk to you. Do you go out, your cars you use, don't you?
Yeah,
Drive
I use
around.
drive them all the time. Yeah.
Has anybody got cross ever? What have you done to that?
Yeah, there's
It's me, basically.
I normally get a fair amount of those comments saying what on earth have you done, but people, when they found that I've done it myself, I think I get a slightly little bit more respect rather than I've dropped it off somewhere and they've done it for me and that's just
true.
how I've done it. And it's built myself, so
Your
a little bit more.
skills, such as they are. Your skills. I mean, I'll grudgingly concede. You take on some proper projects, and you do pretty well. I mean, whether or not you think some of them look ridiculous, or James may describe it as knob, is neither here nor there. But the fact that you're pretty bloody good at what you do. Why are you good at what you do? What makes
I
somebody
don't know. I
good?
don't claim to be. It's one of the. I started off doing. Well, my missus crashed that Audi TT. I decided
for it.
that was it. I thought I'd buy it back from the insurance, rebuild it, and started off from there really. And then it's just became a confidence thing. I think I've rebuilt one, and I thought I'll get one which is a little bit more damaged. And then when you've rebuilt one of them, then you've got more confidence in yourself to think, well, if I could do that, I could do this one. And I watch some people rebuild and modify cars which have been fire damaged and it's back to the show, and think, well, if they can do it, if that can be rebuilt, then this, which I'm looking at, which has had a front end knock and a few airbags have gone out, is absolutely nothing. And it is really a confidence thing. That's why I try and push in my videos. A lot of people just won't even go out to change the oil on their car or something like, or take a wheel off. They don't know how to do it. They daren't touch their car, but I think it's given a lot of people confidence.
It's something Neil says all the time, actually, and Andrew and Anthony. They'll say about something, at least they had a go.
Yeah.
Just get stuck in.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
I break out a spanner and undo it and see what falls off.
Yeah,
Sometimes you've got to.
it's the very worst. The very worst you do is break it, but it can always
Set it
be
on
fixed.
fire, ruin it.
Yeah, that's it.
What's the biggest balls up you've ever made?
Oh God, that's a good one. What is?
I mean, a proper Olympic gold medal winning, ocean going, intergalactic cock up.
I don't think I've actually.
Yes, you have.
I don't know how
Yes, you
much
have.
of. There's been always little things which would be in my videos which I have made, and like sometimes even buying cars is a cock up. But there's always little things that I've done. For example, I've taken a steering wheel off the Merc and then I've changed the steering rack. I've spun the steering wheel around about 100 times, and there's a clock spring which I've snapped, and I've done that probably 2 or 3 times. I've not learned from the mistake. there's been buying cars which have been clearly damaged. The one car I made a huge loss on was a C63, which had gone to auction, and that had been dressed up to make it not look like it was in as bad of an accident as it was. It had a crash bar on the front, a little dent in the bonnet, no bumper, and an airbag had deployed. And I thought, oh, easy repair, got it. Someone had dressed it up. When I took the crash bar off, the chassis was all pushed back into the bulkhead, and I couldn't do anything with it. And because I do what I do, I filmed everything, and there's no way, I can't live with myself if I pull it all back together and then put it back to auction. So I had to take a massive loss on it. That was a big balls up, but
actually, in a way, doing what you do, filming stuff as well, that aligns with what I do on other car shows. Sometimes it's the cock-ups that give it the best bit.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And that's the bit that we all relate to.
Yeah, that's why I kind of started filming and doing what I do, because I kept seeing too many of these programs where it's in an immaculate workshop, everything goes right, every bolt comes off.
Wherever that place is, I'm going. No.
This is how to take a suspension off. I'm like, it just doesn't happen. I went college for 1 year, and you get assessed on taking a clutch out, and the engine sat on.
It's not the same.
Yeah, you just under the bolts. What is ever like that?
When I was a kid, because this predates, because I'm old, there was no internet. So all you had was books, and they were nearly always, American, black and white photographs in them. And they always had things like, I dreamt of axle stands or hydraulic.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
The nut would be like, it's the same
right
shape.
tool, the right wobbly socket to get to the.
That's all right for you. If you want to just go spacewalking, it's not going to happen.
That's exactly it. But no, that's a whole sort of reason behind it. It's more real. What happens? I make a mistake, I film it.
Yeah.
If it goes well, I film it, and people have followed the long journey.
I totally agree with you. I think we need to sometimes see these things for real as they are, because otherwise it's incredibly demoralising.
Okay, Anthony, down to the big one for me, cool factor.
Cool.
An E46 M3 to me is cool enough.
It starts off at cool anyway.
But for this to have been a track mule, and then for Matt to have then come along and saved it, to me that just takes it to a whole
Next
new
level.
level.
To be honest, for it to be sat there and someone just to abandon an E46 M3, it's sad.
Well, I've seen the video. It was a pit full of cars just like this. I think I saw a Continental GT Bentley.
Really?
There's a whole load of stuff there that was just knackered. And thankfully, Matt saw this and thought, I'll have that.
He's done the right one, I reckon.
Absolutely.
Definitely. So coolness is, with me as well, it's got to be up there.
Well, that brings us to points. Let's actually surmise this entire car.
Yep.
Okay, let's kick off with the first category, bodywork.
Oh.
Great colour, but let's be fair,
She's
it's a bit
not
battered.
the best. She's not the best. Personally, if I was going to give it, what are we going out of 10?
Out of 10?
Out of 10. 5. I'm pushing.
Okay, I think that is fair. Because
there's too much, just little bits everywhere. It's just.
And we did notice once up on the ramp, it does look worse, because you can kind of see.
Yeah, you can see all this
up.
To me, pushing it is a 5.
Okay, but I think it's going to recover on the next one. Mechanicals.
Oh, he's
under the bonnet.
Perfect.
Good as
Lovely.
new.
Yeah.
Underneath, a couple of loose wires, but
you can fix that easy enough.
yeah, the Bilstein suspension makes up for all of that.
Definitely, yeah. Brakes.
Bodywork was 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Mechanicals, in comparison to that, would you say it's fair to say 8?
I was going to say 8.
Is that pretty
I was
solid?
just about to go off my 10 was 8. I was going to go 8.
So
There's room for improvement still in there, so I'd say 8.
Okay, so 5 and 8. Interior. Now, I'm looking at it from where it was before. This is 10 out of 10 compared to what it was before.
But are we playing the originality side of it? Are we playing...
I think it's just, we've got to go with personal opinion, I think.
Personal opinion.
So I think, again, personally, I would go 8 again.
6.
Okay, fine.
6.
A little brutal, I think, but
I'm not a fan of that gear.
We'll leave it at 6. Here we go, though.
Yeah.
Sound.
Oh, where do you start?
I honestly, there was nothing wrong with it at all.
No.
So I kind of feel it has to be a 9 or a 10.
Problem is when he revving, that smile on my face, I'm going to say 10.
We go
just
full 10
normally,
out of 10.
Normally aspirated engine.
So like as good as it gets?
Yeah. In my opinion, just for the normally aspirated engine, you can't beat that. It's just pure engine sound. There's no turbos, no nothing, just pure engine.
Okay, fine. I'll give you the 10. Final thing though, coolness. Now, if you think of the coolest car you've ever seen with the coolest story, and then one that could not be more boring, where do you think
This has got a hell of a
sits within there?
story.
It's got a cool
This
story.
has got an amazing story. I'm going to go 9. For the, just purely for the story of it being abandoned and then Matt bringing it back.
Well, it isn't finished either. There's probably
No.
more to the story because he is going to paint it. So he's going to fix probably the main problem with the car.
The big issue, yeah. And then imagine what she'd get then.
Okay, I'm just going to bring it down a bit. Shall we settle on 8 for coolness? If it was a CSL, I would have given you a 910.
Yeah. If we're gonna go, let's go 8 then. I'll go with you on that one, 8.
8. So we'll do some quick maths.
Yeah.
Give me a full minute, and I'll find out what the COG score for Mat Armstrong's E46 M3 is going to be. Okay, we're back. We've done some quick maths. Mat Armstrong's E46 M3 gets a COG score of 37 out of 50. Back when I was at school, that was an A, so he should be happy with that.
That's a strong start.
Let's go get him.
And just one final thing from me. Any further modifications planned for you? You've modified your ears quite heavily.
Yeah,
That's
so
quite an extensive modification on the ears.
Yeah,
Is that
there's
aerodynamic reasons?
aerodynamics, each 14 mil each side.
Have they improved your drag coefficient?
Yeah, if I've had my head out the window, I can hear them whistling.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, it's a good
Can you
modification. Yeah, they do whistle if I could get my head
that would drive me nuts.
This is something that was happened when I was young, and now, well, I could get them sewed up, but it's a modification. It's now me. It's
might explain why you buy cars that nobody else would buy and take them on, because you've got a constant whistling sound from your modified ears.
Potentially.
Right, well look, I don't want to keep you in here any longer. The lads will have concluded their COG report and we'll have your COG score ready and we'll see how you've done. But lovely to meet you, Matt, and good luck, and we'll keep watching and keep enjoying what you do, and good luck with the Range Rover.
Thank you.
Whatever idiot project you find out. It's anybody in this business loves to see that.
Oh yeah.
He's not really, he is going to do that. Oh my God. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Nice to see you today.
It was nice talking to you.
Matt, how was your chat with Hammond? Good?
It was good. It
nice
went
guy,
well.
isn't it?
Yeah, it was a surreal moment.
Did he give you an in-person roasting or was he nice?
Yeah, just told me off a little bit about the modifying cars, but other than that, it went well.
Well, cool. Your car has ended up with the first ever COG score. Would you like to know? It's out of 50.
I would like to know, yeah.
What do you reckon it's got?
Well, I did say I'll be happy with anything over 30, as there is still a lot of room for improvement with the car, which I will go home and carry on working on the car because it's not quite finished yet. So anything over 30 I would be happy with.
Okay, well you'll be happy to know your E46 M3 has got 37 out of 50.
Beautiful.
That's a A- in my books.
Oh, and room for improvement, as I thought. Happy that there's no oil on the floor as we've left, and it's mechanically sound, no lights on the dashboard.
Absolutely.
Until I drive home.
Okay, well, to go through it, your worst score was 5 out of 10 for bodywork.
Yeah.
But I'm right in saying that's basically the next thing that's going to be fixed.
Yeah, that would be the very last thing I touch, because I'm using this as a daily car at the minute, so I'd hate to scuff it or something like that after it's been painted and then have to do it all over again. So the very last thing is the bodywork.
Okay, and then your top score was 10 out of 10 on sound. Anthony absolutely loved it. So doing those rod bearings, that engine is absolutely mint, and then that Scorpion exhaust is clearly
yeah, it's perfect. It's a unique sound, a raspy straight six sound, but yeah, to some people's liking, to some people's not liking. Sometimes people prefer V8s or turbo sound, but straight six, yeah, you can't replace that sound.
Good. Well, what's really cool is you've made your own video for your own channel, your perspective of the day. So guys, go and check out his video. The link will be in the description, and we'll also put a pop-out banner up there to go and check out Matt's day at the COG. Matt, thank you so much for coming. Here's your keys.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck with the rest of the jobs on the car.
Thank you.